Hey Cancer, thanks for visiting. This is your weekly reading for March the 19th to March the 25th already. And as always, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to, only if you'd like to. And yes, everything's ready. So let's start your reading for Cancer. So the first card you have your past is the Two of Cups. Yes, I'm seeing this really, really nice conversation. You were deep in conversation with someone. And this conversation was, one of these conversations where you just didn't want to leave. You didn't want it to end. It was this fantastic, fantastic conversation with someone. I'm seeing that it was some sort of conversation or some sort of meeting you had with someone, but I'm thinking it was just a really, really nice, friendly, friendship kind of conversation. You really clicked with someone, I'm seeing. Really, really clicked with this person. And it felt like nobody else was there. Nobody else was in the room. It's one of these kinds of conversations. When you're talking, you just felt completely alone. Nothing else was there. Because, yes, I'm seeing shelter here. I'm seeing shelter. I hope that makes sense. You just felt completely separate from everyone else when you were having this conversation. And I'm looking at this winged lion, if you can see this winged lion in this card. And this is about, it can be about strength, it can be about elevation. So as you're having this conversation with this person, you're making each other stronger. With each time you were speaking, you're kind of building each other up and elevating each other up to a really higher place together. It was really, really beautiful. But I'm also seeing this lion as some kind of a shelter or an umbrella or something like that, because it looks like it's covering them over and protecting them together, and so they're together like this and nobody else is around them, only they're there, even though there are probably other people there, but they felt like they were the only people there, or you and this person felt like you were the only people there. It was really, really lovely. Yes, you're gathering strength from each other, really building each other up, just clicking, just having a really, really nice conversation. So you're intellectually on the same level, you were, just enjoying the conversation. Just enjoying the conversation. It sounds really amazing. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have your past is the Nine of Cups. So yes, what I'm seeing here is, yes, I'm glad you had this conversation, this really positive emotional connection with this person, because I'm also seeing you coming to a realization about a different person. There's another person I'm seeing here. This could be about an ex. If this is about someone very difficult, it could be about someone you were seeing at that time, or it could be an ex. It could be someone you used to see at one time in your past, in your more distant past. I'm seeing this person here was putting up some sort of a front or trying to make you believe that they were one way, but they're actually another way. And I'm just seeing this person maybe thinking they could get away with things, or they thought they wouldn't be caught doing something or acting in a certain way, with something like that. But you were able to see this. You could see what they were like. You could see what they were like. Look how smug this person is. They think they're getting away with everything, but they're actually not. You were able to see this. You could see what they were like. It took you some time to find out what they were like. It actually took you time, but you were able to see this at this time. And it's like finally the facade's dropping and you can see what's actually behind it. You can see this cups on this platform or whatever this is behind this man. There's a big curtain. You don't know what's behind the curtain. And it's like suddenly you pulled the curtain off and you could see what was there. Probably nothing good at all. It was just all a facade looking really good for the cameras. Nothing's actually behind there. It's that kind of thing, like a movie set or something like that. The last card you have your past is the Page of Pentacles. Yes, I'm seeing some problems with communication here. I'm seeing some problems with a few people around you, communicating with a few people around you. You could have been having these problems for a while with these people. I'm seeing family actually, and it could be that some family members weren't understanding you properly, or they were, taking what you were doing the wrong way or what you were saying the wrong way or something like that. And I keep on seeing this has been going on for a while. This has been going on for a long, long while. Maybe all your life. Maybe, I don't know, but since you were very young. And there's this misunderstood feeling around your family. I keep on feeling that. And yes, I'm just seeing some members of your family were seeing you as younger than you actually are, or maybe less capable than you actually are, and or you were at this time. This is in your past, and they were seeing you as someone who wasn't very together, didn't know what you're doing. It was that kind of thing. And because you had this great communication with this person in the Two of Cups, this was really highlighting how bad you're feeling around these people. So when you have other conversations and other meetings with people who are fantastic and make you feel really good about yourself, that really highlights how bad you feel around these people. So it's like feeling good around friends and feeling bad around family. That's what I'm seeing there. I'm sorry that's happening. But sometimes family members don't see you as yourself. They see you as a child, or how they want to project how they feel about you. They think that you're what they're imagining, not who you actually are, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Yes, I hope that makes sense. So the first card you have for your present is the Page of Swords. So yes, someone could be asking you to do something, asking you to commit to something or something like that. I'm not seeing you saying yes to this. You're not wanting to say yes to this. Definitely you don't want to do this thing. There could be some pressure on you to do something, or pressure on you to change your mind or something like that. And you're going to have to be very, very, very clear about not wanting to do this thing. I'm sorry, not wanting to do this thing with this person. You don't want to do this thing. This person's very, very determined. They like to put pressure on people, and they don't understand if you're subtle, if you give hints, if you say, well, I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. They don't get it. They don't get it. You need to say, I'm not doing that. And even when you say that, they're going to come back and they're going to say, oh, but really, why? But you should, but this, but that. No, I'm not taking no for an answer. And you'll just have to say, the answer is no, I'm sorry, I will not do this. I don't want to talk about this anymore, I'm sorry. You'll just have to, conversation closed, because they will not take no for an answer. You have to really, really stand up for yourself around this person. And I'm seeing that's what you're going to do, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're either going to have to say, no, I'm not doing this, very, very clearly, or you'll have to do it. It's one or the other. Because if you're going to make little excuses or be vague about this or try and be polite about it, they're not going to hear you. They're not going to hear you. So you're going to have to be very blunt with this person. The next card you have here present is the Eight of Wands. So I'm seeing that, yes, this really difficult time you've been having with this person in the Nine of Cups and all these communication problems, this could be coming to an end at this time. This could be coming to an end very soon. So you probably have said no to this person, which is difficult to begin with, but for the long term, you're better off saying no to this person if you don't want to do something. So you probably have, if things are getting a lot better for you now. And you've been having problems around this person in the Nine of Cups for a long, long, long time. This sneaky person who pretends to be something, they're actually someone else. But this, this came to a head just in your past, so only recently. And but you've had problems with them for a long time, and you knew for a long time this person wasn't being clear about who they truly were. It took you a lot longer mentally and emotionally to get your head around this fact. It was like your head knew, they knew something wasn't right about this person, but your heart wasn't catching up. And yes, I'm seeing at this time you're really going to start distancing yourself from this person. But what I'm seeing is, it's interesting, as you start to back off from this person, they're going to want to come closer. So as you try and get away from this person, they're going to try and contact you more and more and more. It's like this push-pull energy. And it's like they haven't realized, once you actually do disappear and say bye-bye, they suddenly realize, oh, no, actually, come back. I don't want this empty hole here. Come back and talk to me. It's that kind of thing. They're going to want to come and contact you over and over again and be contacting you, wanting to see you. And one time, there was one time where you would have really loved to hear from this person. If they contacted you and spoke to you, you would have said, oh yes, and you would have run to the phone, spoken to them, texted them all night long and that kind of thing. But this time, no, they've taken it too far this time. They've gone too far. You're just not going to want to do this. That's what I'm seeing. You're just not going to want them around. So the last card you have here present is the Knight of Swords. So yes, you're not just distancing yourself. You could actually be blocking them. You could be going even further than that, or even cutting them out or something like that. I am seeing you cutting them out emotionally, even if you're not physically cutting them out. Even if you're not physically blocking them, you're cutting them out emotionally. and you will block them eventually, I'm seeing, probably. But you know, this is the biggest shift of all. Emotional closure, emotional finishing from someone is the biggest step of all. I mean, you can be living with someone and emotionally suddenly say, right, I'm closing off this person, I don't want them ever again. And you can still keep on living with them. But once you've made up your mind, that's the main thing. That's the first step of actually moving on from that person. You've finally come to that realization at this time. That's a huge change for you. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Knight of Wands. So yes, again, this person really is going to want to come back and contact you. They're going to come back and they're going to try and contact you really quickly. They're going to come rushing back saying, I miss you, come back. And they're really persistent. And even if you have blocked them, I'm seeing they could try and even talk to people around you to try and get them to speak to you. They might even take their friend's phone and contact you from there since you blocked them. All sorts of tricks they're going to come up with, anything to try and speak to you. They're desperate at this time. The more you hold back, the more they want to jump forward and the more they want to see you. And you know, you're still going to have these ups and downs emotionally, but I'm not seeing you tempted. You're not tempted to talk to them, really, you're not. You might, a couple of times you might waver, you might think, oh, maybe I'll speak to them, oh, I feel a bit bad for them. But I'm seeing you as being very strong here. So in that case, I'm just seeing that maybe you're not going to back down at all. You're not going to speak to them at all. You might, but I'm seeing you very strong and very determined here. That's what I'm seeing. You're determined not to let them back in. You might have a couple of little setbacks, but I'm seeing that you're very determined. You mean business this time. Next card you have for your future is the Four of Pentacles. So I'm seeing you having a time. You're going to just have this little time where you're just going to gather things close to yourself, pull everything in, hold everything tight to you, and just be by yourself for a while. Just think about everything that's happened. Just take some time out just to kind of process everything, pull everything into yourself, just sit by yourself and just be by yourself. You're going to move forward soon. You're going to be able to do that. You're going to move completely away from this person in the Nine of Cups. And you're going to move forward into something really fantastic. But at this time, you're not quite ready. And you're just going to be by yourself. You're just going to be by yourself. Keeping to yourself socially as well, I'm seeing. Keeping to yourself socially. People might ask you out. But you're going to say, no, I'm just going to keep to myself for a while. That's what I'm seeing. But you'll be back. You'll get back. You'll come back. But at this time, you just need that little time. So the last card you have for your future is the Seven of Pentacles. So yes, again, this is about this time you're having to yourself, still having this time to yourself. And in this time to yourself, you're going to be looking back on your relationship, looking back on this person in the Nine of Cups, looking back on all your other relationships, and looking back and thinking about what you liked, what you were happy with, what you'll put up with, what you won't put up with ever again. So you're not just looking back on bad things and thinking, I'm not going to do that again. You're looking back on good things as well and thinking, yes, I want more of that, or how did I handle this, or what did I say to this person, or how can I do this better? So you're really reflecting on yourself. You're really reflecting on yourself and reflecting on your past relationships. And this is really good. You really need this time to yourself and this time to reflect before you move forward. Because once you move forward, you're really going to start moving forward, pushing forward very quickly. That's what I'm seeing. So Cancer, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. And thank you so much for watching.